Most founders don't plan their week. They open up their laptop and just like react to whatever's loudest around them. So once they get to Friday, they're completely exhausted. I used to do this a ton. This is a 5-step system that fixed that. Here's a little story. I ran my first 8 months as a solo founder completely like this, okay? I was a workhorse. I was working 60-hour weeks. I couldn't actually point to what I had built. And that's kind of when I realized that I didn't have a work ethic problem. I had a planning problem. And so I built a system, and it literally just takes 15 minutes every single Sunday night, and it changed everything for me. This has, again, like 5 steps. All you need is a blank page in 15 minutes. Step 1 is the brain dump. Okay, this takes about 2 minutes. Open a blank doc, write everything down, customer emails you need to send, features you want to build, that blog post you've been meaning to write, like all of that stuff. You don't want to organize it. You just want to dump it into a piece of paper. Okay. It's super simple. It's like overly simple. And a lot of people skip this part. Your brain is a terrible, terrible storage system, especially when you're a founder, right? You're steering so many ships at once. There's definitely times where I'm steering 6, 7 ships. But listen, we are the captain, but we want as much help as we can get, especially on our own. You know, that energy should actually be doing the work. So complete waste of energy. Step 2 is the revenue filter. Okay, and this is gonna take you about 3 minutes. What I want you to do is look at your dump list and ask yourself one question. Does this make money or does it protect money? Another example, fix that, billing bug. Customers can't pay you if you have a bug in your billing, right? So that's gonna be protecting money. That's complete top of the list, right? We need to focus on that right now. And then another one, write a blog post about company culture. If it's taking up a lot of your brain power, right, you should probably put that at the bottom of the list. And I know this sounds super brutal, and that's because it is. But here's what I've learned being a solo founder. You don't have the luxury of doing everything, okay? You have the luxury of doing 3 things super well. Most of the things that you do on the list are real things that eventually need to happen, but eventually isn't this week, right? This week has a job, you have a job, the revenue filter has a job, and it tells you what that job is. So you need to focus up and you need to focus on the 3 things that actually matter. Step 3 is the rule of 3. And this is gonna take you about 2 minutes. Look at everything that has passed through the revenue filter. You need to pick 3. This is what I was talking about. Not 5, not 7, 3. You're picking outcomes, not tasks themselves. A bad example would be working on the landing page, okay? That's a task, not an outcome. But an outcome would be ship the landing page by Thursday, right? We're trying to put this into some sort of quantitative numerical system. You need to have dates. You need to have things that you can actually achieve. You can't achieve work on the landing page, right? That's a 100% success rate as long as you open up your code. Ship the landing page by Thursday is actually doing something. If you end your week having completed 3 of these outcomes, then this week is a complete win. You thought about this on Sunday and you accomplished it. Seems like a win to me. Step 4, we're getting there. The calendar block, this is gonna take about 5 minutes. Take your 3 outcomes and put them on your calendar. Not a to-do list, a calendar. I made this mistake just a ton. I hate Google Calendar. You have to put it in some sort of date system, okay? It doesn't have to be Google Calendar. You could use Trello with some plugins. You could do whatever. I don't care. Put a date on it. You're a founder now. You have to do it. Each outcome gets a 2-hour deep work block. No meetings during that block. No email, no Discord, no phone. If you can't do a 2-hour deep work block right now, it's pretty hard for some people. You can work your way up to it by starting at like 30 minutes. Every person can do a 15 or 30 minute work block off rip, and then you can work that up, right? Each time do 5 minutes more until eventually you can do 2 hours. If you need help with this calendar, I blocked mine like this. Monday and Tuesday mornings are outcome 1. That is the highest revenue item, the highest ticket item. Wednesday morning has outcome 2, Thursday outcome 3, okay? Afternoons, that's definitely when I handle the more reactive stuff, the emails, when I go to the gym, when I talk to people, when I network. I don't do anything in the morning except work. That is my time. That is not their time. You have to create time. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard above everyone else, above everything else, and say, this is my time to work. Okay, last step. Step 5, the kill list. 3 minutes long. Everything that didn't make the cut, everything that you aren't going to be doing this week, write it on a completely separate list and just close the doc. Write it down so you know you have it. It doesn't have to be itching in the back of your brain. You know you have it stored. You know what it is, where it is. You know where you can find it, and then close that doc and don't look at it. The reason for this and why it's the hardest step is because you naturally want to keep that stuff in your head because you want to do it. You want to get it done. But by creating this kill list, you're essentially pulling it out of your head and putting it somewhere else, almost like you're leaving something behind. And that's how it's going to feel for a little bit. But eventually you'll realize that it shouldn't be in here. It should be on your computer. So finally, we have the result. What changed? Before this system, I would end every single week feeling like I had run a complete marathon. I felt super busy every single day. Getting through the week, it felt like I had no time for myself. So after this, I shipped 2 to 3 meaningful outcomes every single week. I stopped working on the weekends. I know by Monday night what is going to happen during that week, and I know it throughout the week. So you know exactly what you have to get done. The biggest change is that I stopped feeling that guilt about things that I'm not doing because I'd already executed that decision on Sunday. And so the week has a job. I just have to execute it. It's a no fail situation. You just have to do it. It's just pure do it, no fail. 15 minutes on Sunday, that is it. 5 steps, that's the whole system. Look, everything that I just showed you, that's all manual, that's all on pen and paper. But here's what I started thinking as I kept doing this week after week. What if the hard part, breaking an idea down into milestones, the tasking it onto yourself and onto your team, what if doing all of that was completely instant? What if we had a tool that knows everything about you already? It knows past data on yourself. It can tell you based on that, here's what you need to do during the week. It knows what you've already done. It knows what you need to get done, and it can just guide you. No fail situations every single week, every single day. All you have to do is just get it done. It's like a video game. You just have the quests and you just do them. That is what I'm actually building. It's called Procurat. It's from my company, Aetheric. The early access is coming very, very soon. You can put yourself on the list using the link in the description. Go check it out. This is the system that I wish I had those, 8 months ago when I had first started and just spending all that time wasting. Now I do have it and it boosts my productivity tenfold.